Hello and welcome to a brief intro to our mobile DTEN ZoomRoom units here. There really should be only one cord hanging off of it. We use a wireless connection for connectivity to the internet. The first thing we need to do when we roll it into a room to get started is plug in our power cord. Once we've gotten plugged in, then we need to look, if you're looking at it from the rear, the bottom left, or if you're looking at it from the front, the bottom right, either way, you need to be able to access this panel here. Our power button is this very bottom one, and we just press that, just press and release to start that up. So once you've got it plugged in and you've hit the power button, then it's going to go through a series of splash screens to boot up. But once you get to this screen, you're a business, you're ready to go. And hopefully on this tray, or you'll find the stylus. Otherwise, if it comes down to it, you can tap on this. This is a tap surface. What you're going to see here is a series of 6 buttons. That's our controls that we tap to go into each of those different modalities. So our first button here is the meet. What that does is if you want to start a new Zoom meeting, that's where you would go. And again, I just use my stylus, tap on meet. It's going to think about it, and then I have started a new Zoom meeting. And probably one of the first things I'm going to want to do is invite people to that. Now, at any point for getting controls, I can tap the screen and I'll get my control bar. But to invite people to our new Zoom meeting, if I'm not seeing this, I tap the screen and then I'll get my controls here, and I want the 3 dots. Now, once I've tapped the 3 dots, this will pop up. This is my in-meeting controls, which will also be the same as if I'm in a scheduled meeting as well. And what I want to tap on here to invite people to our new Zoom meeting is manage participants. And I get all sorts of exciting stuff, but what I'm interested in is this invite button down here at the bottom left. If I tap that, I get all sorts of good stuff. And now, if what I want to do is connect to one of our other NC State Zoom rooms or Next Gen classrooms, that'll be an option right here. I could tap on which one I want, and whoop, they would pop up, and who's ever in there, away we go. But most of the time, folks are going to want to send an invite to specific people or students, and that's where I need this email part here. So I tap that, and I get my usual Zoom meeting invite. And then to send it to a specific person, I tap in the to area and use my on-screen keyboard to put in their email address. And then when I'm done, I hit my little paper airplane here in the top right. That will kick out a Zoom invite link. They click on that link, and then they'll show up in our Zoom meeting. If we have a scheduled meeting that we've already set up and we want to join through this unit, that's where we use the second button, and that's our join. When I tap that, it's going to ask me for the meeting ID number. So I'm going to want to have that handy in hard copy on my phone, something of that nature. I will also need the passcode as well. Use my stylus and the on-screen keyboard to put in the meeting ID number. And once I've filled it in, then my join meeting will be an option. And I'm good to go. Oh, wait a minute, I have another thing to put in. Security. This is where I need my passcode. So again, making sure I have that information handy. Then I tap my confirm button, and that's going to think about it. And then I'll be put into my scheduled Zoom meeting. Anybody who's already in there, I'll be looking at them instead of myself. Whenever I'm in a Zoom meeting with the DTEN unit, to be able to have those meeting controls, I just tap the screen anywhere. And the most common ones you're going to want are your mute and unmute with my microphone, start and stop my camera, and then end meeting. After I tap the end meeting, I'll then be presented with 3 options here. If it's a meeting that I want to allow to keep going, if I'm the host and I just want to exit our DTEN unit out of, I would say leave. If I'm the host and I want to shut down the meeting for everybody, then want the end meeting for all. If I hit it accidentally, I just want to tap cancel. Whiteboard, if I tap that, that just puts me into a digital whiteboard mode. The neat feature of that with the DTEN is this is something I can then share as content via the whiteboard control in any Zoom meeting that I do. But again, pretty straightforward. Use my stylus, use my controls. So then I've got the share content button, and what that's about is I can share content from any device, in this case an iPad, but it could be a phone, a tablet, a laptop, what have you. I don't even really need to go into that if I've already got the Zoom app on whatever device that I want to go into. So in this case, when I go to share screen, it's going to ask me to enter in a share screen code. That's what this business here is, the sharing key up in the top right. So again, that's only for devices that have the Zoom app already installed, but you can go through the shared content screen and it would prompt you to do that as well. So on my iPad here, if I don't automatically connect, I would just type in this share screen code. At this point, I would be sharing off of my iPad, so anything I'd want to share, if it was our college website or the DTEN, whatever I've got on here, I'm then pushing over there, and I've got a stop sharing button at the top that then puts us back to the home screen. When I'm all done with my session and I'm ready to shut things down, I again go back to my power switch, which if I'm looking at the front of it, is at the bottom right on the back, or if I'm looking at the back, it's at the bottom left. And just as before when I was turning it on, there's my power button, and I've got two choices here. If I just push and release it, again, that's going to put the unit into sleep mode. So if I'm going to use the DTEN again later in the same session, or somebody's coming in right after me. Otherwise, if I'm completely done, I want to press this down and hold it for about 4 seconds. I'm shutting it down all the way. I may want to be able to see the screen just to get visual confirmation, but again, you can just count to 4. Either way, if I press and hold the button for 1, 2, 3, 4, once I see this shutting down, I can release the power button and then just wait for the screen to go blank. Please do not unplug the power until you see the screen has gone blank.